How do you guys define your music? You know, it's pretty hard to do, but try.
Well, it's like
interstellar weapons and tactics.
we gotta put as much of ourselves into it as we can.
About one at a time, or somebody can comment on it here.
Go ahead. You've got the gavel.
Well, our music is a sort of a melting pot of ideas. Next.
We have a lot of melting ideas.
Takes a lot of pot to get it.
Like, you know what? Well, you know, you guys do this type of stuff because it's so off the wall. You know?
Warped childhood.
Yeah, I attribute most of my creativity to a warped childhood.
Okay.
It's like
It extends over into adulthood also. If we ever get there.
Now, you know, you guys don't really do any cover tunes. It's all original stuff. And is that kind of hard to carry off in Fort Wayne?
Real difficult.
It's almost impossible. That's why we don't play anywhere.
Yeah.
Most club owners don't want to take a chance because they're not convinced that they can fill their club and have people buy drinks. You know.
They want to hear top 40.
Want to hear top 40, that's right.
But once we do go into a club, they're usually impressed at the draw we have. You know,
Yeah,
we
but
fill clubs up.
Even that's still a risk.
Yeah, and we have to keep proving ourselves over and over every time we play somewhere. It's like, you guys want to play for free. You know, because,
Yeah.
What, since you do all your own stuff, how does the creative process work? Does like one person just come up with an idea and then you get together and you start working on it, or is it collaboration? Or I'm sure every song's different, but for example, Dog Talk. Okay, that's a tune that's in the video. How did that develop?
Well, that started with Mike and I having a basic idea of making a certain social comment on human beings through dogs. And as what generally happens, as what happened with Dog Talk, is somebody will bring in a basic idea and turn it over to the rest of the crew, and it will become bigger and better than before.
Yeah. We've done a few tunes collaborated where we just sat down and worked it up, you know, as a group. It just happened. I'd say most of the time it's pretty much one of us bringing something in, a scratch work or a groundwork, the rest of us working it up. It's getting better and better all the time.
Great.
You know, it's going to become a real unit.
We don't arrange it this way, but it seems that we almost take turns doing it. Like currently we've got 4 new songs, one by each of us, and nobody arranged that, it just happened that way.
Yeah. And each one seems to be different from the other, you know, so it's, each person writes different, you know, and we work up each person's song differently too, you know, and the person that brings it in directs it just a minute bit, you know, and it works out real well so far. Yeah.
I forgot to talk into Kevin's chest.
The Bippus Pygmies, okay? That's what you guys were billed as in Rumble. Is the Bippus Pygmies just without all the equipment, or is it a different?
Well,
Yeah, totally. No PA or nothing.
We were afraid that if we showed up as Rumble, people would expect all of this stuff. So if we just came as the Bippus Pygmies, they'd let us come in with just an acoustic guitar and some bongos, you know. We hate for people to show up expecting all this and seeing what they saw.
How many instruments do you guys, when you do perform as Rumble, do you have? Like individual percussion?
231.
But we cut down, there's probably only a couple hundred now.
yeah.
It's cut way down.
Okay.
This is one of the new, highly sophisticated instruments. Would you care to demonstrate?
I haven't got the hang of this one yet. But it's
Computerized.
It's digital baby hammer.
MIDI capability.
Yeah, from Virginia.
Make a lot of your instruments, or?
Quite a few.
Yeah. Fill up a coffee can with mung beans and it's a shaker, you know.
How can an organization like Artlink, and by organizing a performing arts council, and how can it help you as musicians and the rest of the musicians in town that are kind of trying to get by and just dream a little bit, you know, something like this comes into being?
Well, the biggest advantage would be that bands like us and performers like us, or artists of any kind, would have a place to do what they do, regardless of what it is, you know. For minute money, they would have to put out and hopefully get more in return. As it stands now, like we were talking before, I mean, you you go to a club, you know, and you get a bag to get in as it is, you know, and if you try to rent your own place in town, it costs $1 million to do that. So, I mean, you know, it's, if we had a help from Artlink doing that and they had their own place, like Cinema Blue, I think they were talking or something, that'd be wonderful. You know, I mean, we could come in, put our own show on, you know, and the more equipment they had in there, as far as sound equipment, lights and all that, it's just, you know, you could have quite the little metropolis there.
And at the same time, it would be developing a public appreciation for original music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think once people would find that there's a place that they can go and find that there are talented and qualified musicians in town that want to play their own music, that they wouldn't have any trouble attracting an audience.
Yeah. And if they want to take it further, I think they were talking, lots was saying about maybe trying to get some video equipment in there and some things like that. I mean, that'd be incredible. You know, right now you try to do a video in town, find someone that knows what they're doing in the first place, let alone trying to find the money, you know, to come up with it is a joke, you know. So, I mean, you know, if you get some qualified people in, or even people that are trained, you know, right there like we're learning things here, you know, to learn their equipment with it, you know, you can get a real neat thing happening. Along with recording stuff and rehearsal studio, you know, it's pretty endless, really. And it wouldn't be just for bands. I mean, we're talking, you know, anything in the arts, yeah, you know, yeah.
I think public awareness is the biggest thing. You get more people interested in it, more money flowing. You know, that could probably be their biggest thing to help out musicians and entertainers.
True. It'd become a real neat little known spot. You know, and there's really not any place in town other than Columbia Street really now starting to come on a bit, you know, with
Alternative music.
yeah, you know, and people are paying to get in there, and it's good stuff that's coming through, and we could equally do that here, you know. And in fact, you could even have that caliber of musicians come through. You know, Artlink could get people from out of town like Columbia Street's doing just as easy, you know, in a place like that. That was even more suited, you know, for performing live. So, a lot of stuff.
I just was going to say that it wouldn't take anything away from top 40 music or club music as it is, but it would add to it and give people that alternative, you know. If they wanted to go see something different, it'd be offered, and that'd be great.
Oh, yeah. There's enough top 40 out there. I mean, you know.
Enough good top 40.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm not cutting it. I'm just saying, you know, you got to have the other end of it.
If Artlink could bring somebody into town, who would you guys like to see? Anyone in particular, anywhere in the country?
Laurie Anderson.
Laurie Anderson, yes.
Yeah.
She saw it, yeah. And some real different stuff. Can anybody have any final comments or anything like that?
Goodbye.
Come and see us on June 6th and 7th at Columbia Street West.
It won't be the Bippus Pygmies.
That's right.
We promise.
We're going to do 2 shows and be a lot of new music.
In fact, I think what the Bippus Pygmies is at probably our only performance now.
Could be.
Yeah.
December 5th.
The Bippus Pygmies have since been put into a song, and that's where they'll remain, I think.
Yeah, so,
Hurled back into
which is one of our new tunes. Yeah.
The debut performance will be on June 6th.
Yeah, so
Unless we get a big offer before then.
Yeah.
What are you guys, as far as thinking as a group unit in the future? Do you have any thoughts on that? Like tomorrow?
Well, make a living, which isn't happening yet.
seems to be a lot hinging on finding a management company or someone who will help us get our product out into the world.
Yeah, I think we've tried for a long time to prove that you can make it, whatever that may mean, a record company or whatever, from here. And it's becoming harder and harder. I mean, you know, you get no support. I mean, we get some. I don't mean to say we get none, but I mean, it's kind of a shame, you know. I wish people supported more what we do, you know, and bands and artists like us. It forces you to move, basically, or it splits up the units you have, you know. Everyone has to go their separate ways.
You can only
So,
bang your head so long.
Yeah, you can only do this and support yourself by coming out money out of your own pocket for so long. You know, that's why this Artlink thing would help tremendously, you know, to help support that. But
And booking and
yeah, and just, you know, yeah, just giving you some support in what you're doing, you know. You're continually shut down, you know, trying to do something different. So, social comment.
It's hard to have a performing art when there's nowhere to perform it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when all your energy goes into making it possible for it to happen once every month or once every 2 months, you lose your performing edge also.
Oh yeah, it puts you into a serious hobby situation, you know. Whereas all of us would like to make it a full-time career and have at times, you know, and still do to some extent, but everyone works that part-time job still, you know. It's rough. But
Send
Can't take it any longer.
shut that sucker off.
We got some good stuff. Thanks a lot.